Hello, YouTubers looking to buy a new set of all-season tires for your vehicle. This video is going to be about particularly the Nexen N Blue 4Season 2, because they have an updated version, I believe, from 2024. And I'm also doing this because while doing my search, I didn't find, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't find any information about the second version of this tire, because I believe between the first and second version of this tire there were several upgrades, I believe. Don't take my word for it. This is from what I found online, from the level of efficiency of the tire. They have the EU tire label, which is a bit different than the first one. So maybe this will help you a little bit more in making a decision. Let me start by saying that I haven't done a lot of driving with them. This is end of January 2025, and I installed these tires at the beginning of November 2024. So I've had them for about 3 months. I don't do extreme driving, or I stay within the limits. I don't do hard turning. So this is not an in-depth review. It's just to help you a little bit, maybe make a decision. Obviously, take responsibility for the decision you make. I'm just explaining my experience and why I went for these tires, and I'm happy, to be honest, with them. But again, I didn't do severe testing with them, or testing in a lot of snow, for example. However, in the future, I will make another video, maybe after a year, maybe a more in-depth review, because obviously maybe some tires start to degrade after some time. But we will speak about that later. I also didn't test them in a lot of snow. However, in the amount of snow I tested them in, I was satisfied. You will notice usually from the kind of handling of the car. I also tested them on a steep incline where there was not snow but ice. Okay, the car didn't continue going up, but this is a two-wheel drive car, and actually it went up to a satisfactory level, in my opinion. Remember, these are all-season tires and not winter tires, and they don't have spikes either. So for more severe snow, obviously you would need a winter tire or spikes in case of ice. But overall, I am pretty satisfied with them. I am actually more satisfied than I thought. Why am I saying this? Because usually I prefer, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm just speaking my mind here. I prefer premium branded tires, because yes, this is a Peugeot 207, maybe doesn't deserve those kind of expensive tires, but for me, safety comes first. And what I realized from the past, even when I had very old premium tires like Michelin, for example, the grip remains there even though the tires are very dry, which shouldn't be the case, that you should let them be that dry, or but anyway, that was done now. It's not my intention to lie. I must be honest with you, but I don't promote that. So these tires, before them I bought these tires because I'm a bit in a financial, not in a good financial position, so I couldn't spend a lot of money, because I was going to buy Continental. Because before these, I had a set of Continental tires, which were, by the way, second hand. They were about, I believe, 2-3 years old. They came off BMW 1 Series. They were satisfactory as regards to legality and everything. They were very good. Even when they started to become dry. What was not that good was on highway driving, because they were a bit, I would have preferred if they were a bit less noisy. By the way, I believe they were maybe noisy because they were old and they were on a different car, so they will be, the wear and tear of them will be different. So that, I believe that makes a difference. But they were satisfactory for me. I don't suggest that you buy second-hand tires unless you really know what you are doing. But again, I was already in a bad financial position, so that's the decision I made. But in October, I thought of buying newer tires. The reason was because I had a set of summer tires which I used during summer, but then obviously winter came along in Germany and I had to buy all-season tires. I was actually quite surprised at the grip level, but again, I didn't test them that hard. But as an enthusiast in cars and as a person concerned a lot about road safety, I think one can tell from the type of handling, from the how light the steering is, and etc. when it comes to a little bit of technicality. What I find also very good, well, I cannot really tell, but you can usually tell even from the noise level, is the fuel economy and the level of noise. It was quite good actually, very good. I like the noise level. I also like the look of them. I will show you a picture over here. I remind you, these are Nexen N Blue 4Season 2, the second version. Two things that I would have preferred that will be done better on this tire. The first one is the DOT. If you notice here, it's upside down, I know, sorry. It's the DOT number, date of manufacture. It was on the 49th week of 2023. And also here, the red button, the red paint, you see, that's for the valve, for when installation takes place. Now, this is the right side of the car. The tire in front of is the same, but if you come to this side, you notice that the installer had to make the mark, so it's not on both sides. This is not a quality issue, it's more like a convenience issue. And when you go to look for the DOT, which is somewhere here, there is no date over there, so you cannot know the date from both sides, which is a bit inconvenient. I guess this is related to a manufacturer issue, maybe the form, but maybe it's cost related. But I mean, you only have one form or several, right, which you can make on both sides, for both for the convenience of the user, me, or any other person having this tire, also the tester who's testing the vehicle for TÜV or MOT, and also for the installer, right? The mechanic had to make the mark, same on the front. It could also be that there are, why is that a bit offset? I don't know. It could also be that there are other reasons, maybe where I bought them from. Maybe there are two types, which are left and right. Maybe from where I bought them from, they send me all for the same. By the way, these are directional, so who's going to say that you need to install them the other way around? No, because these are directional tires because of the grooves, and the direction you can see over here, rotation. Another thing that could be done better, in my opinion, I think this is not just this tire but several other tires, is this one, the size. This car takes 195, I don't know if you can see it correctly, 55 R16, and I believe it requires speed and loading index of 87H, but this is, in my opinion, too high. 91V, it's legal, but it has a stronger sidewall, which makes it better for handling, but for potholes it's a bit tougher. So this could be related to electric cars, or maybe cars being made heavier, which again is related to electric. Anyway, those are the two things that I would have preferred to be done better. So here I am. I purchased these for about 350 euro. In fact, maybe I will make a link for an Amazon link where you can buy them. In total, they costed me about 400 euro something with installation and everything. If I had to buy the Continental, they would have costed me in total, I believe it was around 600 or a bit less, 500 something. I forgot, but I was under a lot of anxiety. I would have preferred to buy the Continental. I'm not saying that the Nexen are bad, but it's something I used before, Continental, so I had confidence in them. What I'm a bit afraid is, again, I'm not sure that in the future the grip level wouldn't remain the same, because usually non-premium tires, and I'm not saying that Nexen are not non-premium tires, because they might actually be, they just don't have the name, but I'm just talking what's in my head. And non-premium tires, usually from my experience in the past, the beginning is very good, but then they degrade very fast when it comes to grip. Actually, I had Continental in the past, at the very beginning, I think, when Continental started. This was about 20 or so years ago, which I found that they had good grip at the beginning, but then they didn't after 1 year or some more time. But anyway, that was a very short review. I know, sorry, it's not in depth, but I wanted to show my experience buying them, and I'm actually more satisfied than I thought on these tires. Any questions you have about them, let me know in the comments. If you like to see more videos like these, I was thinking today, since I am by the Nürburgring, I have the regulations of driving in the Nürburgring as a person that has a passion for road safety. I read these regulations. I have a picture. I can make a video about it if you like. Let me know if you are interested about that, about overtaking and other safety related things when you are driving on the Nürburgring. And yeah, feel free to subscribe if you would like to see more of these videos. Thank you and goodbye.